Hi everyone, and welcome to today's live IELTS class. My name is Adrian, and I am broadcasting to you from beautiful Budapest, Hungary. Today we're doing IELTS Task 1 letter writing, and our materials as usual come from our websites, IELTShelp.com for general IELTS and AEhelp.com for academic IELTS. Good to see so many students joining in. Hi, Kyber. Good to see you as always. Hi, Sarbjeet. And many, many more. All right. Let's kick off this lesson. You can buy our books from Amazon. Search for GE Helps General IELTS. We have two exam books. There's three practice exams, originals in each. AE Helps Academic IELTS, if you're studying for the academic IELTS. All right. If you have questions, comments, concerns, contact me at adrian@gieltshelp.com. That's adrian@gieltshelp.com. If you're doing the academic IELTS, don't worry about it. We got you covered. Academic English Help channel. That's our other channel on YouTube. We do live streaming there also. We will have a class at 15 o'clock Central European time, okay? Our classes are Central European time. This class is starting now at 13:30 and goes until 14:30. And then our academic from 15 to 16 o'clock. Today, letter writing. Tomorrow, general reading strategy. Then finishing the week with some listening practice on Saturday. And then we'll have some new and exciting HD videos going up on the channel on Sunday and Monday. Okay, so let's get to writing task 1. Just real quick as we get going, I want to show you the websites. This is the academic website. It's the blue background, ahelp.com. Hit that big red button when you're there. Do yourself a favor, join the full course. You will not regret it. And if you're doing general IELTS, search for this website, gieltshelp.com. Hit that big red button there to join. Get 6 full practice exams, an interactive course, and over 100 hours of videos for your phone, tablet, PC. Learn the right strategies. Get high band scores. All right, students. Here's our question for today, task 1. Read it with me. Writing task 1. You should spend about 20 minutes on this task. Only spend 20 minutes, not a minute more. Practice your timing at home before the IELTS. It's very important. Here's the instructions. You need to change your vacation hotel booking. Write a letter to the hotel manager. In your letter, explain why you need to make the change, what you prefer instead, how this will help you have a better vacation. Write at least 150 words. If you write less than 150 words, your score will start to go down. It's task incomplete. Okay, so to get band 9, you have to write at least 150 words. It is impossible, even with a perfect essay, to get band 9 if you're under 150 words. Students ask, is 200 words okay? Yes, absolutely. 200 words is okay. And most band 8, band 9 essays or letters will be closer to 200 words for this task 1. Okay, keep that in mind. All right. So aside from focusing on IELTS here, students, you should probably realize that this is a very useful lesson in the real world because, of course, many of you, I'm sure, have been to a hotel or two. This is a letter. It could be an email, same idea, okay? So it's good to know how to write a letter or an email to a service provider like a hotel in case you need to change your agenda or change your booking. All right, so let's get going with that. It says here, begin your letter as follows. Dear ... Okay, sometimes it says dear sir, and you can begin with dear sir, comma. How many parts should your letter have? So how many paragraphs should we include in your letter? Hi, Salman. Hi, Pavel. How many paragraphs should I include in this letter to make it well structured, to make it really clear? I'm trying to get some students who watch regularly to remember important points from previous lessons. That's why I asked this question before just giving you the answer. My goal, students, and this is also our website's goal, is to teach you to fish, not just give you a fish. Some IELTS programs try to give you catchphrases and templates to give you a fish. Doesn't work for IELTS. You need to learn how to fish, and then you will get a good mark. Okay? Pachu, one of our regular students. Clever. Yes, Pachu. 3 paragraphs. Absolutely. So, have 3 paragraphs. And what should the first paragraph be about? Okay, so write at least 150 words. What they don't tell you is you should have 3 paragraphs. Okay, in most cases, your first paragraph is the introduction, okay, and what is in the introduction of a letter? Okay, so sure, letter introduction. What's in that? Okay, it's 2 points, 2 parts. What is it? What should I include into that intro? It should include why we are writing the letter, says Jalpa. Yep, Jalpa, absolutely. So one reason is why we are writing the letter. And introducing yourself, Sana. That's right. So 2 questions that you need to answer in the introduction is, who are you? And why are you writing? Okay, another way you can think about it is your goal and a description of who you are. Description of you. Yeah, and why are you writing it? So let's do that for this letter. So let's write who we are and what our goal is here. First of all, let's start off the letter. So how should we start this letter? Dear what? Okay, good. So I see some other students agreeing. That's fantastic. And how should we start this letter? If it doesn't say dear sir, it just says dear ... Obviously, we need to put something instead of ... What can we put instead of ... I wouldn't put sir or madam. It's too cliche. If I have a choice, I would put something much more accurate. Absolutely. It's not friend, because you're not writing a letter to your friend here. Sana Farouk says, dear manager, maybe. I'm not sure how many students just joined in, but you can see the question in the stream description. Let's take a quick look at it again. Write a letter to the hotel manager. In your letter, explain why you need to make a change to your booking. Okay, this is for your vacation. And what you prefer instead, so what you want instead, and how this will help you have a better vacation. Okay, so dear hotel manager, Rekha, Rawat, absolutely. Okay, or dear, so even dear management is good, but dear hotel manager is absolutely the best way. Okay, notice I'm using capitals for all of those. I'm putting dear hotel general manager. All right, I don't want to speak to the manager of housekeeping or the manager of programs and amenities. I want to go right to the top, talk to the general manager, because if I need to make a change, then he definitely needs to be able to make that happen if anybody can. So, dear hotel general manager. All right, sure. So, introduce yourself, okay? Give me a sentence that can start this essay. And don't be shy, students. So, write first. I will correct it for you. Don't worry about making mistakes. And I'm going to write my sentence at the same time. So, I'll give you a couple of seconds. Start writing. Reservations manager or front desk manager, Raj, might be okay as well. Raj is asking, what about saying reservation manager or booking manager? Yeah, that could be good, Raj. That's specific to this department. Sure, absolutely. All right, write your first sentence. Always a good idea usually to introduce yourself. So, write your sentences. I don't want to spoil it for you. I'll write mine, but I want you to write yours. Okay, let's see what you have. Rekha says, I'm Rekha, one of your loyal patrons. Rekha, a little bit awkward. This is a vacation. Don't forget why you're going to the hotel. Okay, this is not a business trip. You have to pay attention to the details of the question. So you need to change your vacation hotel booking. This is an important word, vacation. Okay, that's a parameter. Know your parameters. For task 1, make sure to look at the question very carefully before you write your letter, okay? So, loyal patron, it's possible, Rekha, okay? But if you go vacation in the same place every year, it's possible. Okay, Sarbjeet says, I'm writing this letter to request about booking. Sarbjeet Kaur, you're not writing this letter to request about booking. You're writing this letter to request a change in booking. But who are you? Okay, introduce yourself first so I know who you are. It makes my job easier. Think about from the position of who you're writing to. Okay. RuPaul says, I'm writing this letter to raise my concern regarding my bookings. Sure, RuPaul, that's okay if you want to start with the purpose of your letter. Again, it's usually better to introduce who you are before you introduce your purpose. It makes more logical sense. Okay? So my introduction here is, my name is Joe Smith, and I have a reservation for a 2-bed single suite room in your hotel from June 20th to July 8th. And then I can even go a little bit more here if I'm pushing for band 9 and say, while my family is vacationing in beautiful Maui. Okay, let's go for the dream of dreams here. We're in Hawaii. All right. So that's a very clear introduction. It explains who I am, my reason for being there, right? When I'm there. Think about when you write your letter, always think about the perspective of your reader, who you're writing this letter to. Okay, I think sometimes students forget that. So you should always consider your letter communication from the perspective of your reader, okay, not just who you are. In this case, hotel manager is a busy person who wants to know who you are, what you want, and how they can help. Okay, that's basically it. So get to the point, right? You have to be clear. Okay, it's very difficult for a hotel manager to make changes to your booking if they don't know who you are or what your number is. You might even include a fictitious reservation number here, right? Supan Kumar says, I'm Supam Kumar. I booked 2 rooms in your hotel for my family vacation. I would like to change these rooms. Sure, Supam, that's great. Okay, that's a much, much more direct way. All right, excellent. So here, again, dear hotel manager, my name is Joe Smith, and I have a reservation for a 2-bed single suite room in your hotel from June 20th to July 8th while my family is vacationing in beautiful Maui. My reservation number is, it's a good idea to throw that out right at the very beginning. Or my booking number if I've used reservation, paraphrase. And then just make something up. A78-9 or 837. Okay? Perfect. All right, and then, of course, the purpose. And some of you are already giving the purpose, and you're doing a good job. All right, and Pachu, you're even giving how much you paid for your booking, which is fine. Jalpa says, my name is Jalpa Nanda. I'm writing this letter to request a change for my reservation that I have booked with 1234 reservation code. Jalpa, good. A little bit more creative with the code than 1234, but sure, it works, okay? You won't lose marks for that. All right. So I am writing this letter to make some important changes to my reservation. Sure. All right, good. So that's a solid introduction. A few of you also have some really nice intros. Who you are very clearly, okay? Think about it, visualize the situation. Don't just write cliche task 1 letters, okay? It's very difficult to get band 7 or more in your IELTS task 1 if it sounds like every other student who wrote the same letter, okay? So if your letter is Dear Sir or Madam, comma, I'm writing this letter to make changes to my booking at your hotel. I will be there on vacation with my family and the room is too small. It's good writing, but you're not going to get a band 9 because a band 9 is an expert user of English, and an expert user of English can do more than just a standard breakfast egg recipe type of response. So you don't have to write something really unique, okay? You don't have to say one of my activities is hang gliding and I need to change my booking to the 14th floor because I would like to use my hang glider from the room balcony to fly over the beach. So you don't have to think of something crazy like that, okay, or something super unique, but you have to be original. Okay, you need to be original in your response. Not really unique, but original. That's the trick. All right? All right, so let's go on to the second part of your letter. What is that? Okay, so what should be the second part of your letter? And I see some good ideas coming up. So Shenze says I have changed my travel plans for some personal reasons. Okay, that's fine. We can get into that. What is the second part of this letter? So I'm happy with my introduction. It's fine. What do I need to do? Okay, explain my problem. Sure, so get into some details. I didn't do it. It says explain your problem or explain your situation. Yeah, sure. Okay. So explain your situation in detail. All right, you should plan this before you write. Do not improv, okay? It's not a good idea. Do not improv or improvisation means don't just try to make it up as you're writing. Like, I need to change my booking because the weather is going to be really bad in June, so I will change my schedule to... Okay, so don't do that, okay? Don't improv. That takes a lot of practice to do well, and it's pointless. So have a little bit of planning, okay? So why do we want to change our hotel booking? What would 9 out of 10 people say? So why do I want to change my booking? Now remember, you have to be original but not unique. So what would 9 from 10 people say? Why do they want to change their booking? Okay, this is just the example. But always plan your points. Okay. So Sarbjeet says, I would like to explain the situation further. Sure, but Sarbjeet, that's the template writing. That's not really getting you bans. Okay, so you're just kind of using up space with, I would like to explain my situation. What is your situation? Why do most people want to change their booking? So again, remember, I'm traveling to Maui, Hawaii, from June 20th to July 8th with my family. I have a single suite room, hint, hint, with 2 beds. Going there with my kids. And I want to change my booking. Rekha says, I've broken my leg. I have a plaster for 2 months, so I need to postpone. Okay, so postpone is 1. Yep. So it's possible. Let's stay on the positive side, Rekha. Let's not talk about breaking our legs, especially since I broke my leg, Rekha, at the beginning of 2018, and it's finally healthy and strong again, so I want to avoid taboo broken leg topic. But you could, Rekha, you could go that direction if you really wanted to. So here, change the schedule, right? I'm going to be positive and say we are staying longer. Okay, that's going to be my 1 point. So change the schedule. We're staying longer. We want to have more fun. All right, and I didn't do it. Says I need a bigger room. Okay, that's a really good one too. Change the room. Okay. Now, again, here, I started with, I'm in a single suite room with 2 beds. But you know what? I'd like some privacy. So guess what? Kids are getting their own room. I decided, what the heck? I'm going to pay a little bit of extra cash, give the kids their own room, and I have a different room for my wife and I. Sounds like a more fun time, better vacation. All right, so that's my second reason. That's a lot of people would say that, okay? A lot of people would say that's a very common change. So change the room. Instead of 1, 2 rooms for privacy, right? All right. So those are some good reasons to include into the body. All right, so let's convey that information, okay? So let's write this body paragraph. Let's clearly, coherently, with complex language, original language, communicate to the hotel manager that, hey, I really want to make this vacation special, okay? Don't forget your question, okay? This is why I gave you these ideas. You helped me with this, but this is why. How this will help you have a better vacation. Yes, Rekha, going back to what you said, if I broke my leg, going to Hawaii with a broken leg, especially if you love surfing like I do, not a lot of fun, okay? You're in surf paradise. and you don't get to do surfing because you have a broken leg, yeah, that would be awful. But it's important that you can answer this question clearly, how this will help you make a better vacation. So think ahead when you're writing your letter, when you're making your points. Think ahead, okay? Think about, all right, what can I say that lets me write an easy letter which answers all of these questions, okay? So let's start this off. How can I continue here? How can I begin my second body paragraph? Okay. How can I begin this? Sorry, my first body paragraph. How can I begin this part? So schedule change and room change. What can I do? Well, directly name it. Okay, it's really important that students practice just directly addressing the situation for the examiners in writing 1, 2, and in your speaking. Okay? All right. So I would do, there are 2 important changes that I would like to request. First, an extension of our stay, and second, an additional room. All right? So I'm not hesitant. I'm not writing about one first, the other one next. You could do that, but I'm just very direct, okay? As if I'm speaking to the person face to face and they're listening to me, and I want to be very clear about my goals, all right? So Mukesh Rawat says, I would appreciate if you could make some changes. Yeah, and Mukesh, be direct. So what you're saying is indirect. I get that you want to make changes. Directly tell me what you want to change. The schedule and the room booking. Okay, that's what you want to change. Okay. So there are 2 important changes that I would like to request. First, an extension of our stay, and second, an additional room. Fortunately, my boss has given me an additional week for vacation. So I would like to change our date of what? So I want you to think here as well. Fortunately, my boss has given me an additional week for vacation. So I would like to change our date of what? What do I want to change? How's a nice way to finish this? Give me some words, students. Finish my sentence for me. Show me your English. Raj says, date of departure. Yeah, sure. Absolutely. To what? So remember what I said, and this is why it was a good idea to include the time. It was 20th to July 8th. So instead of July 8th to when? Well, just add a week to it. So that would be July, let's say, well, we want 1 day back home to relax. So let's say the 14th. Date of departure to July 14th. And finish it instead of the 8th. All right. So what can I do now? Well, I should express clearly at this point how this will help me have a better vacation. So how this will help you have a better vacation. So how does this help me have a better vacation? What is a good sentence? Again, be original, but don't necessarily be unique. Okay? I didn't do it. Says, first off, I would like to extend my stay for a couple more days. And secondly, I would like to upgrade to a double suite. Yeah, absolutely. I didn't do it. Very nice approach. So you're taking the same concept that I have, more or less paraphrasing it, It's really good. Students, don't be shy. You can write your own sentences. I will look at them. Okay, I'm happy to look at your own sentences in your own words. Yeah, Onisim Lanut says, I will have more time for sightseeing. Okay, and directly use the question, Onisim. So you see Onisim here, it says, how this will help you have a better vacation. Use this, paraphrase it, so use it in your own words and directly answer it. So don't be indirect. So yes, of course, if you do more sightseeing, I guess that you're having more fun, but you need to say that directly in your letter. So the IELTS examiner can say, aha, the student is directly answering the questions in task 1. Okay, so you have the right idea, just a little bit more, Onisim, and then you'll get that high band score. So do something like this. This will make our trip more enjoyable as we have further opportunity for sightseeing and a few extra days relaxing on Maui Beach. Okay. Be specific. Okay. One way that you can make your letter original is by being specific with your examples. Be creative. Okay. If you're in Saudi Arabia, you're going for vacation in Jeddah, and you're visiting the Red Sea, then you will have more time on the Red Sea to relax. Okay. Be original. Be original. If you're in south of Spain and you're on the Mediterranean, then you have more time on those beaches. Okay, so be original, all right? And be direct. This will make our trip more enjoyable. Notice this part here is very directly answering the question. More enjoyable is very directly paraphrasing, how will this help me have a better vacation? Okay. All right. Shanzai says, as a solution, make necessary arrangements and provide information on the places of interest and different activities nearby. Shanzai, I'm not perfectly clear how you're relating to the previous, but I kind of get your idea. Okay, what should I do next? So again, 150 words, so I don't want to write too much. If I'm close to 200 and I have great grammar, language use structure, I can get a band 9. What should I write next? Okay. What is a good sentence to continue with? I wouldn't conclude yet I didn't do it because remember, I want to switch to a bigger room, okay? So I would write, in addition, or secondly, sure, I didn't do it, that will work. So remember my second point from the introduction for those that are just joining in. This is it here. So I would like to make 2 changes, right? First, extension of our stay. Second is an additional room. Okay. What's more? Andy is okay. I would contract the what is to what's more. It's more natural that way. So what apostrophe S, what's more? Okay. So in addition, I've decided to splurge and get an additional room. All right. Anybody know the meaning of splurge in this context? Teaching you a little bit of vocabulary, some nice natural expression, a little bit of a slang. Okay. Onisim says to pay much. Yeah, you're close. Absolutely. splurge, another way to say it in Old English is to be gallant, to spend a little bit more than usual. Okay, splurge means to spend more than usual so you have an extra fun time, an extra enjoyable time, right? So in addition, I've decided to splurge and get an additional room, thereby allowing more privacy, or if you're British, privacy, for my wife and I away from the kids. I would really appreciate if you could make this happen. All right. This would definitely improve the overall experience, as I could unwind from my daily stresses of work and home. All right. So, some nice rapid writing there. Jalpa, scheduling activities for the trip is a little bit off topic. Careful not to go off topic, okay? You want to stay on topic. You don't want to go off topic. All right, so far so good. We're done our body paragraph there. We don't need to say more in our body paragraph, all right? Now, we want to get to the conclusion, the summary. So what do you think is the information that needs to go into this summary or this conclusion? What do we need to include here logically? I'll give you a hint. Again, when you're thinking about your conclusion or your summary, okay, so letter, conclusion, or summary, sign off, include relevant information, to close, and ask for response. Okay, that's generally what you need. But very importantly, again, think of your reader. And I don't mean the IELTS examiner. I mean the hotel manager. Okay? So if I'm the hotel manager, what do you think my question is at this point? So before you finish your letter, what do you think would be my question to you? So what would I ask you as the hotel manager in this situation? Okay, contact information, Jalpa, absolutely, right? If the manager needs to call you and say, hey, we don't have double suite, but we have two separate units, okay? So how can I reach you would definitely be one of my questions as a manager if I need to reach you. What else? So what else might the hotel manager be thinking at this point? How can I reach you is definitely one. Okay. There's definitely one other. If I'm the hotel manager, I guarantee you that I will be thinking one other big important question for you. So I hope that you include this in your letter. If you have any questions, that would be the hotel manager thinking that, not you. Okay. Yes, Onisim, thank you. Right, money. Okay. So you want to stay an extra 6 days and you want an extra room. That's going to cost a bit of extra dineros, right? In Hawaii, especially in June. So how are you going to pay? Okay. What are you going to do about payment, right? So that is a very important question. So I want to answer that. Okay. So I want to answer that in my finish. So 3 things that I would like to include in my finish here is emphasizing that this is important for me. Get back to me. Let me know that you made the changes. This is where you can contact me if you need to. And I'm willing to pay, right? That's what I want to put in there. So try that, students, before I write it. Try on your own. So try to write. Doesn't matter what the order is. Just do your best right now, okay? I want to see a lot of comments in the chat. So finish your letter. How are you going to pay? What are you doing for payment? Include this. How I can contact you as the manager, include that. And emphasize, so strengthen for me that you really, really want me to do my best to make these changes happen for you. Okay? So Pachu says, I would be grateful if you could manage this extra room for us. Yeah, or more generally, Pachu, I would be extremely grateful if you could manage these changes. Yes. Okay, Pachu, so I would be extremely grateful. Extremely is a strong word. I would be extremely grateful if you could manage these changes for my booking. Okay, that's good. Should you have any questions, kindly contact me by email or phone. Sure, would be a good way. Raj, Vishal, kindly let me know. Yep, finish your sentences. Tarek, they don't need to contact you, or, well, they should send you a confirmation, right? So, Tarek, you're saying, I'll be glad if you contact me. Tarek, I would probably ask for confirmation instead of contact. So, I would be glad if you could confirm these changes via email. Okay, Tarek says, these changes will make me ecstatic. Yes, Tarek, I like it. I think using the word ecstatic. Ecstatic means you're really happy, like right? So absolutely. No worries, Pachu. Catch up later. Mukesh, I would appreciate if you do the needful and let me know what are the extra dues. I would appreciate if you do the needful is too templatey. Okay, it's too common. IELTS just doesn't really give a lot of band scores or high bands for sentences that they see every single day on every second essay. So that's why I really want to encourage you, Mukesh, to use some original phrases. I would appreciate if you do the needful. I've seen so many students use that phrase in their letter writing. And as an IELTS examiner, I would be like, yeah, I'm not going to lose marks, so I'm not going to give you a band 2, but I'm not going to give you more than a band 6 or a 6.5 because every student's memorized that phrase. So a little bit more original. Okay, I'm not picking on you. I just really want you to get a higher band score. Onisim says, in order to show my willingness of the booking the holiday, I would like to pay in advance. And whether you have any inquiries, you may contact me on weekends or on email. Onisim, nice. Okay, that's good. Yeah, great. So you're saying, hey, look, I really would appreciate you taking care of these changes as soon as possible. And to show my appreciation, I'm willing to pay up front. Charge it to the same credit card I used for the original booking. Absolutely. Very good. Okay, that's a great way. So, of course, I realize that these changes carry an extra charge. Nevertheless, this is very important to me, and I am willing to pay upfront. Please charge, or please use the credit card. I don't want to use charge again because I've used charge here. Please use the credit card you have on file and confirm once you have made these changes. I look forward to hearing from you via email or phone. And what did I call myself here? Joe Smith? Okay. Joe Smith at grmail.something. Okay. and plus all right, some kind of a made-up phone number. And how can I sign off? So what can I do to sign off on my letter here? So sincerely is okay, but it's very common. What's a different way that I can sign off? So yours sincerely, best regards, sure. I would probably, if I did this, I would probably sign off as thanks in advance. Okay, I'm being very ambitious. Joe Smith. If they have problems with my request, they'll tell me anyway. So I'm being very, very ambitious. Okay, thanks in advance, Joe Smith. All right, let's take a look at this letter. Now, at home, when you're practicing, students, always, before you review your letter, please go back and look at the original question. Okay, it's very, very difficult to accurately assess and review your work if you don't look at the original question, because one of the biggest mistakes that many students make is they miss the question. They miss a part of the question, or they miss the topic, the controlling idea of the question. So go back to the original question, okay? You need to change your vacation hotel booking. Explain why you need to make the change, what you prefer instead, how this will help you have a better vacation. Okay, good. So let's see now if we satisfy the needs of the assignment. Read with me, nice and loud. Dear hotel manager, my name is Joe Smith, and I have a reservation for a 2-bed, single suite room in your hotel from June 20th to July 8th, while my family is vacationing in beautiful Maui. My booking number is A778-839. I'm writing this letter to make some important changes to my reservation. There are two important. So here I used important and important again. If I have time on the IELTS, I would actually change that. So I would reduce my redundancy, and I would change that to necessary. There are two necessary changes that I would like to make. Instead of changes, and at home if I'm practicing, I definitely want to do that. Alterations. There are two necessary alterations that I would like to request. First, an extension of our stay, and second, an additional room. Fortunately, my boss has given me an additional week for vacation, so I would like to change our date of departure to July 14th instead of the 8th. This will make our trip more enjoyable as we have further opportunity for sightseeing and a few extra days relaxing on Maui Beach. In addition, I've decided to splurge and get an additional room, thereby allowing more privacy for my wife and I, away from the kids. I would really appreciate if you could make this happen. This would definitely improve the overall experience, as I could unwind from my daily stresses of work and home. Of course, I realize that these changes carry an extra charge. Nevertheless, this is very important to me, and I'm willing to pay up front. Please use the credit card you have on file and confirm once you have made these changes. I look forward to hearing from you via email or phone. Joe Smith at this or at this number. Thanks in advance, Joe Smith. Okay? That will get you a band 9 for sure, especially if you've done the necessary paraphrasing. You've reduced redundancy. There's a good range of grammar, complex sentences, compound sentences. There's present perfect. There's conditional. And it's a little bit long. It's 240 words. But again, students, remember, we're going for a band 9 here. So this is a band 9 example. It's a band to even get a band 9, you have to have at least 150 words of high quality writing, and it's probably not enough to get a band 9, even if it's perfect. Okay? Now, if you say, hey, Adrian, that's great, but I only need a band 7, so what can I do? Is there a way to make this more simple? Sure, yeah, you can simplify it. So you don't have to have all of this information in here. You could take out 1 or 2 sentences, make some simpler sentences. I could reduce this letter to, let's say, 160 words and still be a band 7 as long as it's quite clear, okay? Amandeep is asking, how can I increase my bands in academic writing? Amandeep, this is our general IELTS channel, but for academic IELTS, go to our academic IELTS channel. It's called Academic English Help. So Amandeep, check for Academic English Help YouTube channel, and you'll find all of our advice there. In fact, students, in 30 minutes, a little bit more, 40 minutes, I will be doing a task 2 example at Academic English Help. And task 2 is almost the same in general IELTS as academic IELTS. So check out that lesson coming up in 40 minutes on Academic English Help for task 2. Okay? All right, students, really nice interaction. You've done a great job. I hope that made sense. I hope that you learned some useful vocabulary and some expressions for composing a letter. Again, don't forget to check out our websites where you have lots of example letters and instructions for how to compose, how to get ideas. 6 full original exams, fully interactive course, over 100 hours of video lessons. Click that big red button at gieltshelp.com. Join the full course. It's just a few dollars compared to the cost of IELTS, and it can sure help you save time and money in that you don't have to sit the IELTS a second or third time. Amandeep, if you're doing academic IELTS, go to this channel, or sorry, this website, aehelp.com, and click that red button, the join now, there, and there's lots of strategy and advice on how to effectively write for diagrams, charts, flowcharts, and maps. So check that out. All right, students. It's been my pleasure to be with you today. Thank you, Mukesh. I appreciate your feedback. If you have questions, if some ideas were not clear, don't panic. You can write to me at adrian@gieltshelp.com. All right, students. Have a great rest of your day, and much love to all of you. Stay positive, stay energetic, and push forward. Bye for now.